the pitch is Luke towards shortstop. Petroselli's back. He's got it. The Red Sox win. And it's pandemonium on the field.
Welcome to the Great American Collectibles Show, brought to you each week by the National Sports Collectors Convention. Join us every Wednesday evening at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time and get the latest news from the greatest experts in the sports collectibles world. You can watch us on the Great American Collectibles Facebook page, as well as YouTube, or you can listen to us on Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, or any of your favorite podcast platforms. And now your hosts, award-winning sports collectibles author Tom Zappola and Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petroselli.
Ooh. Okay, high above courtside. We are broadcasting from the 18th floor of the Phoenix Towers. Welcome to the Great American.
My nose is bleeding.
Welcome to the Great American Collectibles Show. Tom Zapp, Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petroselli, our good guest, Clean Sweep Auctions / Leland's, Steve Verkman. Louis in the house. Lou, I got to tell you something. I'm going to tell you what a wussy boy your buddy Rico is. He's a big fisherman. He's a big fisherman, right? Look what he pulls out, Lou. He pulls out a snelled hook where, in other words, you use these?
Of course.
Why don't you run your line right to the hook like a fisherman?
I don't want to.
Why?
I don't want to because it's...
this is like girly stuff.
No, but that breaks off, which it never does. And it's easier to tie the knot to this.
Lou, when you fish, you're a fisherman. When you fish,
I do most freshwater mostly.
All right, so even freshwater, do you use? You tie your hook right to the line, correct?
I do. Yes.
Thank you.
I do both.
No,
I could do both.
I bet you don't even know how to tie it.
Are you kidding me? What did I go to fishing university for nothing?
Anyway, Steve's in the house. We got a good show. A little later on, our good friend Lee Behrens from Sterling Sports Auctions is going to be in the house. Super Bowl week. Steve, who do you like?
Yeah.
Be real careful here. Be real careful.
You're not going to like the answer.
You like Seattle?
I think so. I'm not. I have to say though, it's going to be weird without any of the super big name quarterbacks in the game. I think it's going to lose a little panache this year. I bet the ratings are off. I hope, unless it's a great game. I hope.
Okay, I'm more offended by that than I am you picking Seattle. Drake May is second in the MVP. He's going to be second in the MVP voting. He's a big name quarterback.
And the other guy.
Hey, will be delivers here.
Darnold.
He's got to deliver.
How about his background?
I agree with you,
poor
Steve.
guy.
He's
got to win the Super Bowl to get
who? Donald
to get it.
Listen, I said it last week on the air with Lou. You weren't here. My father was a betting man, and he always used to say, "Bet the streak, bet the streak." Now the streak is Patriots.
What is the streak?
Patriots are 10-0 on the road,
right?
And Donald is what, 0-4 or 0-5, Louis, against the Pats.
Yeah,
0-4, I believe.
0-4.
Yeah.
Bet the streak. Bet the streak.
No, I just want it to be a real good game. And my wife's from Seattle, so
she doesn't care.
No, she doesn't care. She likes the Patriots.
But Donald's 3 of those losses, he was playing for the Jets. So.
I know, but we don't say that.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
we don't have to discuss that.
Yeah.
Plus they're playing the West Coast, which is almost like a home game for Seattle. Almost. I don't mean.
That's true. Easier. That's true. All right, listen.
You guys have been out there for a week, Rico. You've done West Coast swings. You get pretty acclimated in a week.
Yeah,
don't you?
You're right. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think it's going to be. It's a good game.
I mean, that's a good point you're making, Lou. When you guys used to travel on the road, go to the West Coast, I know usually it's a long swing.
Yeah.
But
three
the first game, when you guys get there for the first game, is it tough?
Yeah.
First
couple of games.
Tough.
Absolutely. Then you got to face Nolan Ryan in those.
And it's really tough.
Real tough.
All right, Steve, this is your Champions Auction. Tell us about it, because I went online, man, and I went on your site. You've got some unbelievable items that and cards and memorabilia that you guys are auctioning off. Can you give us a little overview of it first?
Sure. There's several really fresh collections comprise the auction. So there's some of the best sections we've ever had of just Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig cards. We thought we'd keep them together. There's a great run of Mickey Mantle cards and near mint sevens. There's a wide selection of vanilla chocolate pre-war to really esoteric stuff. There's some great autographs. There's good runs of top stuff from the 50s and 60s. There's a fun, cool section of entertainment autographs with an Elvis Presley and a John Lennon. There's some really cool baseball tickets. So it's like the most balanced auction we've had. There's just a good variety of material.
What about complete sets? Any complete sets?
Sure. Yeah. The most valuable one, I guess, and we don't honestly know what it's worth. There's a T202 triple folder set. Now that sets come in and out of fashion. They actually, some cases are worth less than they were 25 years ago.
And something, I think it's a beautiful card.
No, they are. And it's absolutely loaded with Hall of Famers. Depending on how you want to count it, there's 4 or 5 cards with Ty Cobb. There's a Lajoie card everybody misses in the center panel. And there's, must be 50 or 60 Hall of Famers in this set. So it's doing really well so far. It's gotten lots of bidding. So we're just not sure, but it's a set that's really hard to complete because it's so big and you have a lot of, some tougher variations and you never see it as a whole set. So that's probably our featured set. There's a nice Diamond Star set. Then we have the top sets in the 50s and 60s, all the usual suspects. So there's 267 sets, there's 257 sets. There's a run of football and basketball sets. And then for non-sport collectors, a really cool set. We have a really nice Mars Attack set. And people in the non-sport world, that's like a holy grail set.
Oh, yeah. Is it a complete set?
Yeah, and there's like 35 of them are graded with some 7s and 8s. It's a really sharp set. So that's
this original. Like what was the original set?
Yeah. It's really cool.
Yeah.
62. Okay, yeah.
Really cool. Steve, let's get back to the Diamond Star set. That set, I know it's really, really hard to come by in a high grade because of the chipping and all that. And the other thing is that set, I love it because of the colors, but that set never seems to have gotten the love that it should have gotten over the years. Am I imagining that?
Well, it's because there's no Ruth or Garrett card in the set, but they've become, they've been fairly hot for the last 5 or 6 years. The Greenberg card and the Fox card have gone up a lot. But what I like the Diamond Stars as well. This one's a pretty nice mid-grade set. It's not a high-grade set, but what's undervalued about the Diamond Stars are the high numbers. People just don't get how much tougher they are compared to the regular cards. And that run of those 12 cards, they have some real value. Ask anyone who made one card by card. Even in lower grade, those things are tough to find. And, there's some real value there that a lot of people don't recognize.
I was just
Steve, I'm sorry, Steve, you brought up tickets, and I've always wondered about tickets and why the market isn't better than it is, because tickets seem like a very nice collectible item.
Oh, it's interesting you say that. I find that tickets, due to slabbing have never been better. People are doing these incredibly complicated projects, like every ticket for every game Sandy Koufax won, every Mickey Mantle home run game, not just the World Series. So we see people doing very elaborate, ticket things, and the market exploded the first game someone played. So like in this collection, we have from a consignor some really nice World Series tickets. So there's like the Don Larson Perfect Game ticket is a fairly common ticket, expensive, of course, but we have one in a PSA 6. You never see that. They're usually 3s or 2s or 1s. People kept that ticket, but they crumpled it up. You never see it like that. And there's one of the, I think a 47 or 49 World Series ticket in a PSA 7. So we're seeing actually more people collecting tickets at Clean Sleep, at least in Leland's, than ever before, and doing projects like any Jackie Robinson 1947 game ticket, which is pretty much anything that year. Those have exploded in price. So it's very specific or niche. I don't know what word you want to use, but the ticket business in the grading world has never been better.
No, I was going to say, why don't you in the future just put me in a cardboard? What do you call those cardboard things?
Why is that?
Well, I can't get a word in it.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm just
no. Now you got to ask a question.
I'm not.
Oh yeah, no.
It has nothing. This is kind of off a little bit because this guy intrigued me, and going back to Three Finger
Mordecai Brown.
Mordecai Brown. Is there any value in his cards?
Oh yeah, in fact we have his autograph. He died in the 1940s. It's a very valuable autograph. I think weeks ago it's $4,000 just for his signature. So he's a very rare autograph. He's very popular. His cards are very popular. He's not in all the sets, but many of them. And
he's incredible.
Yeah, he's definitely a popular Hall of Famer.
T206 guy.
Yeah, no, hey, that's my expertise. I want to ask you, is that all right?
Yeah.
Because Tom put the 1907 Deitch Detroit Tigers postcards of Ty Cobb. This is now, being a amateur. Is this a different type of? It's a postcard as opposed to a regular card or tobacco card, right?
Yeah, postcards have exploded in value in the last 10 to 15 years. That's one of the best ones because some people consider it almost a rookie card of Ty Cobb because it's 2 years before his T206 card and his other cards. And they made the Detroit Tiger postcards. They made them over 3 years. It's a funny issue. We have a big group of them in the auction, and that the key, like the holy grail of it, is this Ty Cobb one because it was only made in 1907. It's really hard to find. Then there's two other Ty Cobbs that were made in 1908 and 9, and then there's like a funny set in 1908 where it lists the year in front. Those are actually the hardest ones to get. We have a set of those in the auction too, just missing the Cobb, which is offered separately. So they're very popular and they're cool cards. They're very well designed. I really like them.
Steve, you have a Rose PSA 7 rookie card. Has that card increased in value since his passing?
I think it has. I mean, it's amazing. Rose stuff is appreciated, even his autographs, and he signed everything. We've been selling out of stuff. Like we had a collection of where he did all these crazy inscriptions, like I didn't land on the moon, I didn't kill Kennedy, and all these crazy things he signed on baseballs. And they did great. People were going nuts buying these things, and we sold out of them. So yeah, Rose stuff is definitely appreciated. Like I always tell people, he's not that far behind Mickey Mantle. Collectors love him. They always have. It shows people always want his stuff. He's one of the, has to be one of the 10 most collected players vintage, maybe top 5. I would say top 5.
Did he ever sign I'm not in the Hall of Fame?
He signed. He signed. I shouldn't have bet on gambling. I mean, look, he made
Is some of this anticipation of that becoming a Hall of Famer? Because I think people anticipate he will.
Well, I'm hoping that he does, Lou. But I mean, I would think that he would.
He's a great player.
You played against him?
I played against him a long time. Spring trainings, all the. And this guy can do it all. I mean, well, he didn't want to hit home runs. I mean, he wanted to get on base. He could slap the ball all over the place, and he had some power.
I want to ask you about that. Would you put him in the top? I'm going to ask you this question: top 4 or 5 contact hitters. He's going to be in the top 5.
Absolutely.
Who else?
Carew. Yeah, Rod Carew and Tony Gwynn and Box. Yeah. Box was a
great contact hitter. Great contact.
These guys, I mean, 300 every year. And Rose walked 100 times over almost every year. So, I mean, he was on base. He was a catalyst for every team that he was on.
We are chatting with Steve Verkman from Clean Sweep / Leland's. Steve, Clean Sweep, Leland's. How do we introduce you these days?
I don't know. I guess however you like. Actually, Leland's. I'm in Leland's conference room right now. That's where you see Yankees.
Are you really? How's our guy Jordan there? Is he still with you guys, right?
He's doing great. He's out getting a deal today. He's good.
Jordan's a good kid. We've had him on numerous times. Talk about the E92, the Naja Wagner. Always a cool card.
Yeah, that's a card you just never see. It's freshly graded, and it's much harder to get than some of his other Carmel cards. Any E92 Naja card, first of all, is hard to find. And the Honus Wagner is just an awesome card. It's a good-looking one. It's got good color. It's gotten a lot of action so far, and that's a card you think, with the unlimited demand seemingly for quality Honus Wagner cards, think that's a really good one to look at.
Would you explain to me, and I don't know if there's any collectors listening, me being not experienced, right?
Really?
Yeah, okay.
No way.
Well, what is the Naja? What is that? And what is the Deech?
Yeah, that's a good question.
What is
I'll explain them to you. No problem. The Deech postcards were postcards that they probably sold them at the stadium. They only made them for the Tigers and the Cubs, and they come in this original envelope. I'm not sure they sold them at the stadium. You might have sent away for them. So they were issued as one set. You couldn't buy them individually. Yet for whatever reason, certain cards are harder to get, and for whatever reason, the Cubs are much harder to get than the Tigers. But the Cubs didn't have Ty Cobb. The Cubs have the Hall of Famers, Tinker Evers and Chance Brown, but it's not Ty Cobb. So the Tiger ones are dramatically more valuable than the Cubs one. So, and then what E92 means, it was a candy card. So they're issued in packs of candy. So, so Naja was a particular manufacturer that wasn't as popular as some of the other ones. There's one called Dockman that was made in a much bigger quantity. There's one called Cross Candy. There's one called Cross Cocoa. You can kind of drive yourself crazy. There's 4 versions of these cards, the same front. So the Nadja one, I would say, is considered the scarcest one. Some people would argue Cross Cocoa, I think, is harder than Cross Candy. But people love these cards. We've been fooling around with them for about 30 years, and I personally like them a lot too. They have great color images and stuff, and the big name Hall of Famers have just exploded in the last let's say 5 to 7 years.
Yeah.
Steve, you have a 1967 Topps complete set. Great, and you said it's a excellent to mint. Now that is the year of the impossible Rico Petrocelli Dream Team, Boston Red Sox. Tell us a little bit about that set, because that's honestly, for me personally, that's near and dear to my heart. Because, and I think Lou's too. I don't mean to be speaking for you, Lou, but 1967 was really the turning point of baseball in New England. That was really the birth of Red Sox Nation. Can you tell us a little bit about that set?
Sure. We actually have a couple of them in the auction. So 67 Topps is one of the most popular top sets ever. It's one of the 3 most collected sets. It has a big high number run, and everybody tends to need the same cards. Actually, the Red Sox team card is in the high numbers. So for obvious reasons and not obvious reasons, it's a really tough card and sells really well. So people love the 67 set. Some people make 2 or 3 of them when they can. People try to get it autographed. So this is like a nice, clean, collector set. There's this one maybe a click below, but people love them. There's an unlimited demand for these cards, especially the high numbers. And that's, if people have like one top set, a lot of the time that's the one.
That's it. Yeah. Do you remember your pose in that set, 67?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Who was
your
it?
Your pose on the card.
Like this.
Oh, you were?
Yeah. I have my hands on the.
I know that card. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of boring.
Yeah, it was really.
That was because Cyber.
Somebody wasn't in that. Was it Yaz? Did they have a?
He's in there.
Oh, he's in there. Okay, I'm thinking 75. Bill Lee, I think, wasn't in.
Yeah, but no, it's 67. If that's the one with your hand,
yeah,
that's because Cy Berger must have been pissed at you for something.
Yeah, because I wouldn't sign. No, Cy was great to me. It was. Yeah,
I don't know if you know the story, Lou, but Cy Berger, Mr. Topps. Was your rookie card your first year? You got some really great prizes.
Yeah, right. No, when he wanted to sign me.
Yeah, that's right.
Off the plane. He met me in Arizona because we trained in Arizona big league camp. So I said, "Sign with Topps. How you doing?" So I didn't know if he was the president or one of the reps. So he gets me on the side right there. He says, "We want to put your picture." Yeah, we want to put your picture on a card. I said, "Geez, I'm just a kid." He says, "No, I'm telling you. Look, we got a catalog here. You can pick a present." I said, "Wow, here I am, 18-year-old kid. Present. Oh my God!" And I'm looking through it. This is all at the airport. I'm looking through it, and it says, "There's a stereo." I says, "Oh my God, I'll take that stereo." He says, "Good." He said, "Sign here." Lifetime. Lifetime. Who knew? But he was.
Now, what do they get today, right?
Oh, please.
What do they get today to sign? So you got a set of golf clubs later on.
Well, that was for the bats.
Oh, for the bats, you got golf clubs.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right, listen. We're going to take a break. I think we're ready to take a break. We're going to come back with another crackerjack moment. Steve's in the house. Steve's with us for the whole hour, in and out. And Lee's going to be joining us a little bit after the first break, too.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a quick break. Hang in there, and we shall return.
I'm Rebecca Curry, a 2-time child cancer survivor, recipient, and advocate for Lucy's Love Bus. The mission of Lucy's Love Bus, 501c3 nonprofit, is to provide joy, comfort, and quality of life for the entire family of children with cancer. Since 2006, they have delivered love and comfort to over 3,000 children with cancer and their family members across New England. The dream of Lucy Grogan, an 11-year-old cancer patient, was to help kids with cancer who are suffering right now, before there is a cure, by offering free, integrative therapies like art, music, horseback riding, and many other activities. Unfortunately, Lucy passed away, but her dream lives on, and today Lucy's Love Bus is thriving.
I'm Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petrocelli. I hope that you'll consider supporting Lucy's Love Bus and all of those children who have been stricken by cancer. The Great American Collectibles Show is partnering with Lucy's Love Bus to help these kids. Let's continue Lucy's dream. Please go to lucyslovebus.org for more information.
Since 1996, Brian Drent and the staff at Denver's Mile High Card Company have led the charge in the collectibles hobby. Mile High is a full-service dealer specializing in buying and selling cards and offers a competitive consignment program for all collectors. Whether it be their computerized want list service, appraisals, or auction services, Mile High has it all. If you've been searching for a company with a selection of high-grade vintage 1888 to 1970 baseball cards and memorabilia that shares your passion, aim high, Mile High. Go to milehighcardco.com or call 303-840-2784 for more information.
For more than 30 years, Robert Edward Auctions has been the industry leader when it comes to helping you realize the most money for your baseball cards and sports memorabilia. In addition to their unparalleled reputation for honesty and integrity, they reach the largest number of bidders in the business and offer lower seller's fees, as well as generous cash advances up front on your valuable material. Contact them today at 908-226-9900. That's 908-226-9900 or at robertedwardauction.com.
This is Brian Drent, president of Mile High Card Company. Is your sports card and memorabilia collection properly insured? For easily replaced personal property, homeowners insurance is all most people need. But for prized possessions that you may have spent a lifetime collecting, it doesn't go nearly far enough. Collectibles Insurance Services has been insuring for over 50 years. They offer a full range of protection and a $0 deductible at an affordable rate with no appraisals required. I know because they insure my collection. If you have a minute, go to collectinsure.com and learn more about insuring your personal card or memorabilia collection.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auctions, here to remind you that the renowned Memory Lane Collectibles Company has served as a beacon of light to the collecting community for the past several decades. Indeed, folks, it has been our utmost privilege and pleasure to provide the most enthusiastic collectors with an abundance of the finest sports cards and memorabilia for America's most coveted sports personalities via our world-class auctions. Whether you choose either a private sale transaction or the auction route, Memory Lane cordially invites you to reach out to us to maximize the value of your prized possessions. Also, it is not just sales that we pride ourselves on being the best of the rest, because if you are seeking a particular keepsake for your esteemed gathering, we will be relentless in our quest to find that special piece to fulfill your collecting dreams. So no time to wait. Reach out to us today for the purposes of capitalizing on our unparalleled marketing capabilities. Simply pick up the phone and dial 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE, or find us on the World Wide Web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Now is the time for your valued consignment to ultimately become another one of Memory Lane's record-setting prices.
How would you like to own the bat that was used by your favorite player when he hit that towering home run or game-winning base hit? Now look no further than JT Sports, specializing in the sale and authentication of professional game-used bats. As the official authenticators of professional model game-used bats for PSA DNA, JT Sports will guarantee the authenticity of any bat purchased from them. JT Sports also buys and sells game-worn uniforms, gloves, and baseball equipment. The unique quality of the collectible is what JT Sports is all about. Give them a call at 609-487-8003 or check them out at GameUseBats.com.
Okay, we are back. Steve Verkman's in the house. Some Clean Sweep Auctions / Leland's. Broadcasting from Leland's, correct, Steve, right?
Yes, we are live at Leland's.
All right. It's time right now for another Crackerjack moment brought to us by our good friend Paul Borges and PB Collectibles. We love Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Go to pbcollectibles.com for that special vintage card at an amazing price. I love Paul. Paul's in Newport, Rhode Island.
He's a great guy.
Living large. I've mentioned this several times in the past.
Yes, you did.
We have some Crackerjack books that our distributor found
That's a great book.
in the
I love
warehouse.
it. I love that.
I think
book.
we had about 40. I'm not sure how many we have left. Not a heck of a lot, but we're selling them at a discounted price because we found them. They were a little dusty, but they dusted off the dust.
Oh, that's
And so we're doing these Crackerjack moments just so you can see a little bit about the book, what the book is about. This week's Crackerjack moment, Al Demery. Never heard of him, right?
well, I have.
No, you haven't. As pitchers go, Al Demery was pretty good. As sports cartoonists go, Al Demery was very good. He spent 5 seasons in the minors, working his way up to the Class A, playing for the Chattanooga Lookouts and Mobile Seagulls of the Southern Association. His 24-10 season for Mobile in 1912 finally attracted MLB attention, and Demery made it to the big leagues with the New York Giants as a late call-up in September of that year. Pretty good so far.
Yeah, very interesting.
His coming out year in 1913, the 28-year-old rookie had a 13-4 record with a nifty 2.21 earned run average. That was the same year the Giants won 101 games in the National League pennant, only to lose the series to the Philadelphia Athletics. After Demery was traded to the Phillies in 1915, he proceeded to win 14 games and followed that with 19 wins in 1916. For the next few years, he bounced around the National League. He played for the Cubs, returned to the Giants for 1 season, and finished up with the Boston Braves. Over that period of time, he was basically a 500 pitcher. He eventually wound up back in the minors, playing in the Pacific Coast League and the American Association right through 1924. Demery always had a flair with the pencil, and during his tenure in the minors, at the end of his career, he started dabbling in drawing. Demery went on to become one of the most celebrated sports cartoonists in the country. His work was syndicated in over 200 newspapers nationwide and was published in the Sporting News for 30 years. He passed away in 1962 at the age of 77. Strangely enough, Al Demery died penniless after being robbed of his life savings. He is buried in an unmarked grave in Costa Mesa, California. A very sad ending to a very talented guy. And that's another Crackerjack moment.
Go to tomzappalamedia.com/Crackerjack Collection to order your copy of the Crackerjack Collections, Baseball's Prized Players. Great book will give you a glimpse into the personal and professional lives of the players in this iconic collection. That's the Crackerjack Collection, on sale now at 30% off the regular retail price at tomzappalamedia crackerjackcollection.com.
You sure you don't want some? It's water.
No,
Spring
no.
water.
I,
Hey, you know what I found out? Lou, you're a martini drinker once in a while, right?
Yes.
You're not. You are too.
no.
You're lying.
I have it once in a while when you have one. I like. Look,
All right, Steve, you're not a drinker, are you?
I like
On
Jack
occasion.
and ginger.
Do you ever have a martini?
Sure.
Okay. Here's my suggestion, Lou. You're a martini drinker. We stumbled upon this.
Okay.
Unbelievable. When you make your martini with your ice, do not use the regular run-of-the-mill bag of ice that you buy at Market Basket or Publix.
Right.
Okay.
At Doris's, they have spring water ice cubes, right?
Very nice.
When you use them in a martini, you're going to be amazed at what the martini looks like. Clear, sharp, and the taste is definitely different.
So they're gonna fly down here every time they want a martini.
You can buy spring. What are you talking about? You can buy spring water ice cubes anywhere.
You said they don't have them up in.
I never said that.
We make filtered ice cubes anyway, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
anyway,
I'm not sure that's the same.
Steve, you see, they waste time here with his martinis.
I got a question for you though.
Yeah.
You have Mr. Demery. Is he responsible for the Demery die cut baseball card set for the 1930s?
No.
Oh, not him. Oh,
No, I'm pretty sure it is not him. No, the die cuts, I don't think so. But I could be wrong.
But those guys,
We'll have to research that.
Those guys, Tito say, all those old guys, real old guys.
That was Crackerjack.
Yeah, and the Crackerjack, those guys, they didn't have pitch counts. I mean, these guys threw. Who was it? He threw 400 innings one I was reading.
Oh, Ed Walsh or Cy Young? One of
Yeah,
those?
it must have been one of
No,
those. It could have been
no.
Young.
And they weren't paying those guys $30 million.
When Mickey Lowich had a big year one year.
Yeah, I mean, and they played hurt. I mean, if you had a bad arm, right, at that time, and you couldn't play, you were gone. Period.
Well, that happened. I mean, your guys. How many innings? Well, Lomborg wasn't really good. Like Mickey Lolich, he pitched a lot.
300 innings.
Right.
Koufax, all those guys. But that's.
Nolan Ryan
These guys were different. Yeah,
case right there.
Yeah.
Nolan Ryan just blew out the whole
guys,
count thing.
They were different.
What about Lomborg? Did he ever pitch 200 innings?
200? Oh yeah.
Did he?
Kidding me? Of course.
No kidding. All right, listen. Let's get back to Steve. Steve, you had a question for him.
Yeah, I want to ask him about Pokemon because we're hearing more and more about Pokemon. I don't know. Tom and I, what the hell? Who's the good? What are the real expensive cards? I mean, not expensive, but worth a lot.
Who's the Hall of Famer Pokemon guy?
Who's the Honus Wagner of Pokemon?
Right.
I hate to say this. I have absolutely no idea.
See, that's what we wanted to hear, Stephen.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly
what we wanted to hear. I was at a card show on just past Saturday down here in West Palm, and there were probably, it wasn't a big card show. There were probably, I don't know, 60, 70 tables. A third of them were Pokemon tables.
Yeah, it's a big thing. I haven't learned it, which is probably not.
Why don't they have a seminar or something at the National? Or
Well,
wherever?
what they are doing, I tell you, Joe Drellick
TV.
is, I believe, the second floor of the National this year is going to be Pokemon.
Pokemon
On the second
Yeah,
floor.
I mean, it's just
This is on to something. Let's do a Pokemon episode here.
Well, we did one. You were with us when we did it.
Okay.
When I had my rheumatologist
what
on.
to ask.
Weren't you on when we had
That's right. He's a Pokemon.
Yeah,
guy.
I'll get him back. We'll get him back.
All right.
Because there's a guy, one of the guys that works for Pristine Auctions is a Pokemon expert. So we will get him. You okay there?
Yeah, I don't want to get bad breath with you.
All right, let's get back to Steve. Steve, Griffey, Henderson, and Bo Jackson, they are the most graded cards. They were the most graded cards in 2025. Griffey, I can see. Henderson, I can see. Is Bo Jackson picking up a head of steam? Do you deal with a lot of Bo Jackson stuff?
It's very popular. We had a 10 of one of his rookie cards. It's amazing what they sell for. People just love him, his equipment, his autograph, everything else. So yeah, Bo Jackson's a big deal. People just love him, and there's a lot of the cards too. It's also there's a lot of cards of those guys to grade. So yeah, I could totally see it.
But the players, the opposition loved him. I mean, the whole league.
Nice guy.
Had great respect for him.
He crashed remember he crashed our show.
He did?
At the National.
Oh yeah.
No,
I
you
wasn't
weren't
there.
there. You weren't there.
No.
He crashed the show at the National last year. Derek,
beloved
Steve,
guy.
When modern collectors start to cross over into the vintage world, what's the entry point for them? What are the cards they're normally seeking?
It's very simple. Mickey, Charles, Mantle.
Yeah.
8-year-old kids come to shows and they want to buy a 66 Mantle in a 3 or a 2. These little kids, I need a Mickey Mantle card. I want it now. And they buy it. That's who they usually start with. Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Sandy Koufax. Just the players you would expect, Roberto Clemente.
Well, Steve, we are seeing that. I've been talking to quite a few people about that. I was talking to Nat Turner about it. And he gets a lot of emails and calls from kids and young collectors. And he said there is a distinct gravitation now, not totally, but kids are starting to gravitate towards vintage to kind of balance their portfolios.
What year vintage?
Something that's a good question. He said they're going after what Steve's talking about.
Yeah,
the Mantles, the Gehrigs, the Roots, if they have the money to.
Right.
But then depending on their age, that's who they're going after.
Yeah.
So if they grew up when somebody in the 90s was playing, that's who they're going after. If they're a little older and somebody in the 70s, that's who they're going after. Are you seeing that, Steve?
Yeah, and also, believe it or not, it shows you always have young kids collecting T206s. They get all excited. Depending on their budget, they'll buy a Hall of Famer or a common, even a 33 Gaudis too. If you're sitting at our booth at a popular show, it's very interesting who's buying what. It's not, things are different than they were. There's a lot of young people in the hobby. The hobby's got great breadth and depth. And some of these guys are real, we're almost like card sharks. Like they want to trade their stuff. They have this, they want to trade you this for this, and you got to be careful.
We were a couple of years ago.
Cleveland.
Where were we in Cleveland?
Yeah.
Rico and I was sitting, and I've told this story a few times. We were sitting at a table having lunch in the hotel lobby in Cleveland during the National, and they had in the lobby they had like a trade afternoon where kids were walking around trading with each other. And these were kids between the ages of 14 and 24, 25.
I don't think that. I think less than that. It was
briefcases.
14 to maybe
I'm talking
20.
briefcases.
Yep.
Their parents were there, but their parents were kind of staying away, just kind of watching and advising them if necessary. This one kid couldn't have been 14 years old.
Yeah.
walks by our table. We're having a sandwich, and he has a briefcase, not a soft, like a hard briefcase.
Yeah.
So I asked him. I said, "Hey, how'd you do today with cards?" He says, "You got some great cards in there." He says, "I don't have any cards in here. It's all cash." Couldn't believe it.
Entrepreneurs
couldn't believe it. But anyways, we are seeing that quite a bit. And I think it's a good thing because I still think, I think you will agree with us, Steve, because you're a vintage guy, that vintage is the foundation of this entire hobby when it comes to cards. Do you agree with that?
Oh, of course. And, you always want new people. It can't be like, there was a time 15 years ago, the show was a whole bunch of old white guys. Now things are different. There was a period of time, not that long ago, where you never saw kids at shows, and it was a problem. But they also love the other thing they like to do, which you can't blame them for. They love if there's a big signer to get pictures with the players, and because you can't buy that on the internet. They love to meet the players. That's why if they get a big star at the shows, the autographs have never drawn better. I mean, that's the early days of the hobby when it was cheap. So that draws a lot of the kids too, because they get to meet a player and see something real. So they love that, and then that's great.
Yeah, no. To me, I was just thinking that when big collectors they pass away and they give it to their kids, the kids not interested, so they want to sell them, right? So that keeps it going. Also, somebody else is going to buy that vintage.
Well,
most likely.
Yeah,
most likely. I'm just saying.
Well, speaking of
which, not as if you can't. Somebody will not get a chance to buy other vintage.
Speaking of which, why don't you tell us about our good friend Tom Ruggie?
Well, let me put my glasses on so I can see.
This is a good segue.
That's very nice. Very good. Yeah.
Up there.
Yeah, it's up here. Wait a minute. You told me you were going to do
No, you're going to do it.
East Coast.
No, you're going to do that too later.
Oh, you want me to do Ruggie?
Yeah.
Our good friend Ruggie? Yeah, I want to talk about I want to talk to you and you folks about our friend Tom Ruggie and the staff at Destiny Wealth Management. If you're a card or memorabilia collector,
this is like getting a root canal.
Have you ever thought about how to manage your collection long term? Well, I certainly have. I look at my personal collection, and through the advice and expertise of not Tom Zappala, Tom Ruggie, I've learned that you need a professional to help categorize, evaluate, and eventually put a liquidation.
You need to have
plan
Lou and I come
together.
to your house to evaluate your collection.
Come with dealers or auctioneers. If you or your family decides to sell your collection, most importantly, you need to be aware of the tax ramifications.
That's true.
Nobody thinks about that. That's when you liquidate. Although Zap and
to see if you
Lou have begged
go.
me to include them when it comes time to depart with my 40th home run ball or my 67 World Series glove or my 67 hat.
That's not.
I'm going to. What?
It's not worth that much.
I know.
We'll take good care of it, Rico.
Okay, I know. I'm going to Tom Ruggie and the Wealth Management Group. And don't forget, Ruggie Wealth Management will also handle all of your investment needs. They're an excellent company. That's Ruggie Wealth Management, the go-to company to manage your collectible decisions.
Tom Ruggie, one of the, everybody knows now that we are in the process of our 8th book and final book project.
Yeah.
And it's Legendary Finds, and
it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be a cool book, and sports collectibles treasures. But Tom Ruggie, we have a lot of private collectors and talking about their one item or one collection that they have. Do you know, Tom, Steve, do you know Tom Ruggie?
A little bit, not too well.
Yeah, he's working on. He's got all but 3, a complete 1952 top set, every card signed.
Oh wow!
Yeah, every card signed except for 3. He's missing 3 players, and I don't know how he's making out with that. But yeah, complete set signed. That's pretty cool, man.
That's amazing.
Very cool. Very cool.
Wow.
Steve, do you collect yourself?
I do. I collect unusual stuff. I collect Xenod cards. I collect Johnny Bench stuff. I collect old Red stuff. So I collect Hank Greenberg stuff, like unusual things. I don't have a top set in my collection or a regular Gaudy Babe Ruth card. And I have memorabilia I like. So I have like a sorted collection.
Just a little. Yeah, that's actually I kind of like that. I see that you have about 400 miscellaneous graded cards in the auction.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, we should talk about some of that. So there's some really good Babe Ruth cards in the 1920s. So the PSA was a little harsh with us on the grades, like they seem to be with everybody. So these things are generally very conservatively graded. But we have 1921 exhibit, 1922 Eastern exhibit supply, which you never see. We have a 26 exhibit, a 27 exhibit, the 28 exhibit, and we have some good Gehrig exhibit cards too. And then there's the other players as well. And those things are very undervalued. They're really hard to get. So there's there's an entire section of just Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig cards, some really cool stuff in there. For the regular collectors, there's a really nice PSA 4 1933 Gaudy number 144. And, those are really hard to get above 3 quality. It's always been like that. So there's some really neat stuff for people looking for Ruth and Gehrig stuff, and some esoteric stuff too, like the Shooter Johnsons and African Tobacco, and, ones you don't see too much.
Yep. Interesting. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Break down and ask Steve about. I forgot. I lost my train of thought.
Steve, how do you decide what to sell at shows? You personally, I mean, I've always wondered that. You go to a show, you can't bring everything. How do you decide what's going to sell or what you're going to sell?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's hard to tell. I mean, we'll bring what we think sells at a particular show. We'll bring some good stuff, of course. And shows are funny now. Things that used to sell don't sell, and vice versa. So it just depends on our inventory at the time, and we'll just bring a mix of stuff. Sometimes we'll just have one table and keep it focused, and then sometimes that's easier. But usually at shows, the stuff people buy from us is the same at all the shows. They want quality graded rookie cards, quality graded 33 Gaudis and T206s, Mantle cards, and things like that. But the real collector oddball issues, except for the National, they don't sell as well at shows, so we don't bring that as much.
Interesting.
I want to ask you, if it's come back, we get a lot of collectors watching and listening. What advice would you give them for them to continue and to grow their collections? Cards.
I mean, I would say just buy the best quality you could afford. Don't get caught up in, don't get auction fever and feel like you have to win every lot you're bidding on. Try to have some discipline, because there's so much stuff to collect, and try to stay within a few areas. If you're going to make a set, don't wait to buy the best cards. A lot of people make this mistake. They get all in on a set, then they can't finish it because the key cards are too expensive. I would recommend getting the better cards first and then filling in the set later. A lot of people, in my opinion, make that mistake. And most importantly, have fun with it. I mean, everything's so expensive now, so it's about the money. But it shouldn't just be about the money. All the really, truly great collections in the hobby that have been built, they were not focused on money or what it would be worth. And that's why the collection is much better. They weren't buying just for, I'm going to buy this because it's going to go up 20% in 2 years, or I'll flip this in a year. The really great collectors did it for truly of love, of pure love of collecting. And then when they went to go sell, the stuff was just incredible.
That's a great piece of advice. It really is, Steve.
But let me ask an investment in modern collection, because it's topical at this point. We're on the eve of Drake May winning his first Super Bowl. So, are you buying Drake May?
I'm not the one to ask that question. I don't play that much with the new card, so I don't fool around with that stuff. So,
but something, Lou's making a good point, because there are. I mean, I think that's part of the problem that we all have as vintage people, and you and I disagree in this, because
another thing.
Yeah, well, no, seriously, I feel that a lot of your young modern collectors are more prone to the investment side than the love of the player or card or issue side. I think that has a lot to do with it. I think a lot of them are more concerned with, I'm going to buy this card, and what can I sell this card for? I think that's
maybe, but I think most of them really love the player, especially the younger collectors. They love the judges and all of that stuff. Now, of course, it's different. But when a guy's a rookie, you take a shot at it. I would take a shot at a guy. Let's say, well, Mays, of course, he's in the Super Bowl, but you never know what's going to happen after. But you take a shot at it. What would a new card, even a minor league card of a top, prospect, $50? I mean, what would it be? Even if it went up after the guy had a great year, and it went up to $200, that's still not bad.
No, I understand.
This guy may be one of the all-time greats. Who knows?
All right, listen, we're going to take a quick break now. Steve is going to leave us, going to go back into the green room for a couple of minutes till we're going to bring Lee out here. Okay, and then when Lee leaves, Steve's going to rejoin us. Steve, so you can go get a cup of coffee. We have some nice donuts in the green room for you. So feel free to. Louis has some bagels.
I don't know what the donuts are.
Oh, didn't you have the donuts brought in?
Missed them. No.
Oh, okay. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Lee's going to join us in a couple of minutes. Steve will be back. Hang in there. We'll be right back.
I'm Rebecca Curry, a two-time child cancer survivor, recipient, and advocate for Lucy's Love Bus. The mission of Lucy's Love Bus, 501c3 nonprofit, is to provide joy, comfort, and quality of life for the entire family of children with cancer. Since 2006, they have delivered love and comfort to over 3,000 children with cancer and their family members across New England. The dream of Lucy Grogan, an 11-year-old cancer patient, was to help kids with cancer who are suffering right now, before there is a cure, by offering free, integrative therapies like art, music, horseback riding, and many other activities. Unfortunately, Lucy passed away, but her dream lives on, and today Lucy's Love Bus is thriving.
I'm Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petrocelli. I hope that you'll consider supporting Lucy's Love Bus and all of those children who have been stricken by cancer. The Great American Collectibles Show is partnering with Lucy's Love Bus to help these kids. Let's continue Lucy's dream. Please go to lucyslovebus.org for more information.
Pristine Auction is a family-owned and operated online auction specializing in autographed memorabilia, sports cards, coins, art, and collectibles. Since their founding in 2010, they've grown to 2 facilities in Phoenix, Arizona, totaling over 60,000 square feet. Jared Cavalier and an incredible staff of over 150 team members serve a very large customer base and enjoy every minute of it. By working with leading authentication companies, Pristine ensures all items are 100% authentic. In addition, third-party authenticators regularly travel to Pristine Auction to provide authentication services on site. Pristine Auction strives to operate its business in a way that's honoring to God, their families, and their customers. With a strong focus on speed, quality, and premier customer service, their mission is to be the leading online auction for every level of collector and fan. Pristine also works for Hope Sports and Identity Hoops International, traveling to Mexico to build houses for the less fortunate. Pristine Auction offers several online auction formats with thousands of auctions ending each day. For more information, go to pristineauction.com. That's Pristine Auction, the best in the business.
If you are a discerning collector interested in owning the most important pieces in the hobby, look no further than Leland's Auctions. The original sports auction and appraisal house, Leland's was established in 1985 by legendary Pioneer founder Joshua Leland Evans. And today, President Mike Hefner carries on their tradition. From the Tom Brady card and memorabilia collection to the famed Boston Garden Auction to high-end card auctions from every major sport, Leland's has always maintained the highest standards. Go to Lelands.com and get your bid in. That's Leland's, the hobby's leading sports auction house for 4 decades.
It's often been said that championships are won on the practice field, and world records come only to those willing to work harder than everybody else. Heritage Auctions is the world's largest collectibles auctioneer because we believe that becoming the best is only an invitation to the challenge of remaining the best. This requires the skills of the hobby's top experts, capable of identifying and maximizing value for our consigners. It requires the most visited website in the industry, courting a global audience of collectors over 1.5 million strong. It requires a dedicated press department that expands our global reach far beyond the entrenched hobby marketplace. It's hard work, but a simple premise. Present the finest collectibles to the largest population of potential buyers, and world records will come. We invite all listeners to put the unmatched power of Heritage Auctions to work for you. Auction evaluations are always free, and our commission-based fee structure ensures that our interests are always aligned. The highest possible price for your collectibles. There will always be new world records to chase, so let's chase them together. Visit our website at ha.com and request your no-obligation review today.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auctions, here to remind you that the renowned Memory Lane Collectibles Company has served as a beacon of light to the collecting community for the past several decades. Indeed, folks, it has been our utmost privilege and pleasure to provide the most enthusiastic collectors with an abundance of the finest sports cards and memorabilia for America's most coveted sports personalities via our world-class auctions. Whether you choose either a private sale transaction or the auction route, Memory Lane cordially invites you to reach out to us to maximize the value of your prized possessions. Also, it is not just sales that we pride ourselves on being the best of the rest, because if you are seeking a particular keepsake for your esteemed gathering, we will be relentless in our quest to find that special piece to fulfill your collecting dreams. So no time to wait. Reach out to us today for the purposes of capitalizing on our unparalleled marketing capabilities. Simply pick up the phone and dial 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE, or find us on the World Wide Web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Now is the time for your valued consignment to ultimately become another one of Memory Lane's record-setting prices.
Okay, we are back, and our man, Minnesota man, Mr. Minnesota himself, Lee Behrens from Sterling Sports Auctions, is in the house. Lee, what's the temperature right now as we speak?
18 degrees.
18 degrees. How can
That's
you
a heat
live?
wave.
I mean, how much snow did you guys get?
We didn't get a lot of snow, but we got a lot of, as low as 25 below here. We had about 10 days of everything below zero.
25 below.
Man.
So what do you do? What's your oil bill? That must be ridiculous.
Why? We just got electric, and I don't even know. We don't have oil. I know that.
Well, you got to stay warm. All right, you have an auction. Tell us about your auction.
Yes, sir. Our current auction is going to end tomorrow, so you got to get initial bid in by 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to be allowed an extended bidding. The prize piece in this auction is a 1955 Brooklyn Dodgers. There's two baseballs in the collection, and it's an interesting story behind it. It's a local guy here in town that I met up with, and he got the balls. His dad took him and his brother to Milwaukee to the baseball game for the weekend, and they stayed in the same hotel as the Brooklyn Dodgers. And he said they would eat in the dining room with them, and so through the weekend, he ended up getting all these signatures, and this was a second ball because the other one got full. The one ball has more autographs on there, and the Koufax and the Jackie Robinson and such, but I thought it was such a neat story that went along with it.
Are those the two top lots in the auction?
Oh, actually, they're in one lot. I decided to put them in one lot because the lesser one just has Gil Hodges and I believe it's Walter Austin. Oh, Billy Herman's the other Hall of Famer on there. And I thought it'd get kind of left behind if it wasn't included with that. And there's a great amount of interest on the ball. The signatures of Jackie Robinson and Koufax are really nice.
So
it's
may I
authenticated
ask what the bidding is at right now?
I believe it's 2,200.
Oh, good.
Right now. So, and I've had phone calls about the ball and stuff. So I expect we'll get some more activity at the end of that here.
Lee, when you tell the stories behind these balls, does it add to the value of it? Because I love the stories.
I think it really does, because like I one time got a Boston Red Sox program, and it was really cool because you went in there and this family, in the column of the scorecard was written in there, it was the first game for this, I believe it was second baseman Bobby Dorr, and he looks like a phenomenal player.
Wow, that is
yeah,
very
it was
cool.
written, and I thought, God, how cool is that?
That is very cool.
But those 55 balls, that's the first time the Dodgers beat the Yankees in I don't know how many years of them playing against each other.
56 was.
Oh, 56? Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Interesting. What else, Steve? What else, Lee? What else are you featuring?
We got, you're kind of trying to do this so I cover my face and you can see them.
You got a Jackie, I see.
Yeah, Jackie Robinson, 53 Robinson in a 3. Clemente rookie in a 1.5. We always have a nice selection of T206s, nice Carolina Bright back, just a Piedmont Tinker in a Fort, a Tinker hands on knees in a Hindu back. Very popular.
Very cool.
We have a complete set of 1955 Bowman up for sale, and the 1970 set that's just missing the Ryan, but the quality of it's
Wait,
huge.
the 55 Bowman, was that the TV?
The TV one.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Yep. A couple of other neat that's gotten really popular is the 1935 National Chickle set, and this thing's a PSA 7. That's a card that those National Chickles have really jumped up
That's
in
the one.
value.
Isn't that the one that that's the Nagurski card? Is in that set, right? That's the
That
most
thing's
valuable.
gone. I didn't believe the last time I checked, those cards have just gone through the roof.
Yeah, I mean that's the most valuable football card, I believe.
It could easily be. Little Lou Alcindor rookie. It's a 3, but very, budget cards.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the highlights aren't the best, but the auction is just solid. Oh, I almost forgot. We have a large selection of Colgan chips. A Harry Hooper rookie, a Rube Waddell that is Minneapolis, which I thought was kind of interesting. But
Steve, Lee, do you get most of your consignments local people, or they come in from all over? Like, I know you do the shows, but do you get a lot of consignments from all over the country?
Most of it is all over the country. Minnesota isn't exactly a hotbed for cards. I mean, I do have a local consigner that I think over the next 2 or 3 years, he's 77, I think he said. And I picked up the first part of his stuff for this auction, but he's got a vast collection. And so I think we're going to see that getting peeled off. I got another collector that unbelievable condition-wise. He gave me 52 through 55s. They're all raw, but commons are really nice.
Rick, do you have a
you said Minnesota's not the. Minnesota's a great sports in Minneapolis. I mean, you got teams from on every pro sport, and
you got that ice team.
Well, that's all right, but no, seriously. I mean, the years that I played, because Minnesota was a powerhouse with Killebrew and those people, and then they went back and forth. They let guys go. This is baseball. They let them go, and then they rebuilt and they let guys go, and over those years. But they've had great sports, I think. There.
Are you a Vikings fan, Lee?
I've drawn myself away from football as I've gotten older. The NBA and the NFL kind of slowly went in reverse for me. I always loved baseball and stick to that. And then
so you're a big hockey. Twins fan, are you?
Oh yeah. I mean, we haven't gotten to many ball games in the last 6-7 years because of the whole COVID thing.
Yeah.
But you still watch them on TV and stuff. I mean, personally, I've probably been to over 600 major league games. I went on baseball tours and stuff. I just love it. I love seeing the different stadiums.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so when does the auction end?
This one ends tomorrow, Thursday. extended bidding ends 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once you're in extended bidding, you can bid on any lot in the auction, which is kind of different than most of them. But you just need one bid in before extended bidding, and you're allowed into. And one other thing is, I don't have to charge sales tax on anything at this time except in Minnesota. So there's a saver for you. And if anybody's looking to consign, that just means more money to them.
And your website?
SterlingSportsAuctions.com.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. Oh, you're going to be at the National, right?
Yes, I
Good.
will be at the.
Look forward. We always look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, I enjoy catching up with you guys.
All right, kiddo. We love you.
Yeah,
And, I appreciate it, Lee.
It looks like Lou needs some friends, though. He's kind of in an empty place back there.
Well, actually, Lou, where are you today?
I'm in the sports book.
Oh, he's at the casino, sports book. The room is empty, so he'll be fine.
Yeah.
All righty,
Okay.
take care, Lee.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
guys. Thanks.
Lee Behrens, Sterling Sports Auctions. Let's bring Steve back. See, that's called technology,
Very
Louis.
good.
Good job, Lou. That was a good transition. Very good transition. Speaking of transitions, we've got another show coming up, Reek. What about the Philly show?
What about
So
it?
you should have that at your fingertips.
Well, you bring it in when I'm not expecting it.
That's
Let
why
me
I do
see.
it.
Let me see where it is.
There it is.
No,
Go ahead, Philly show. You got it?
no.
Is there a reason why you don't have it?
No, because
I want to hear this one because I know you have it.
Yeah, I saw it before, but the reason is because of shock. Here it is. But notice you send it to me with not
small print,
large,
small
print. All right, but I'm going to read it because this is a great show. We were there.
Yeah, we had a blast. We had a blast.
East Coast Sports Marketing, along with eBay, are pleased to present the Philadelphia Sports Collectors Show, the Philly Show, from Friday, March 6th to Sunday, March 8th, held at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center Halls, AB, and 100 Station Avenue, Oaks, Pennsylvania, 19456.
Nice venue.
You want to write, yeah. The Philly Show is bigger and better than ever. We know that for we were there. Shop over 1,000 tables from 300 of your favorite hobby dealers from across the country, displaying sports cards and collectibles from the 1800s to present day. Visit the new Pokemon TCG section of over 100 tables. I want to know. I want to find out how many people are interested in
it's going to
collecting
be mobbed.
Pokemon. Mm-hmm. Where the hell am I now? Autograph guests to include 10-plus Baseball Hall of Famers like Mike Piazza, Chipper Jones, Ozzie Smith,
Good players.
Steve Carlton. You got to be kidding.
Underrated shortstop.
Who?
Ozzie
He
Smith.
was the best maybe
He was
ever.
excellent.
Football Hall of Famers like Ray Lewis, Earl Campbell, Jack Ham, Eagles legends Brian Dawkins, Randall Cunningham, and Vince Papale, or Papal, whatever the hell you want to say, and many more. For more information, go to thephillyshow.com. Remember, since 1975, the Philly Show is where it all started.
By the way, next week, our guest for the entire hour is going to be Joe Drellick.
Yes.
Joe's going to be on
He's
with
great.
Joe Orlando. We've got a couple of good guests coming in. Lou, Rico's going to be joining us next week.
Okay.
Obviously, you're going to be there too. So just keep that in the back of
But
your mind.
that show was great, Steve. Really.
We had fun.
A lot of
Steve, you were
people-
there. You were at Philly, right?
Yeah, I haven't missed a show there in 30 years. Yeah,
It's a great show. And you like the new venue? I think it's nice.
It's working. I mean, that's a complicated conversation, but for what they're doing now, there's no way to go back. It's a
Yeah.
much grander, bigger show than ever before. So
Yeah.
it's huge.
All right. Let's get back. We got a couple of minutes left. Tell us about a few more of the highlights of the auction.
Okay. Well, first of all, the auction ends Wednesday, February 11th. Initial bids have to be in by 8:00 Eastern time on that day. So that's the Wednesday after the Super Bowl. You guys are bored on Super Bowl Sunday. Game's not that great. Clean Sleep Auctions is open for bidding. If it's a blowout, you could bid too. If it's a close game, you could bid too. We have a run of football sets. We got a Tom Brady football. We got some 50 Bowman and 52 Bowman large football sets. We have stuff like that in there.
Why are
We
you
got,
whispering?
I don't know.
Go ahead.
No, Steve, I wanted to ask you, in the Olympics coming up, right? Do these people have cards, and if they do, are they worth anything?
I mean, the Olympic market's mostly international. The Americans just don't really care that much about the Olympics in terms of collecting. So we don't do that much with that. You know, it's sports are funny. Like tennis isn't collected at all, but it's a very popular sport. Like boxing is more collected than golf and tennis. You know, it's the collecting is funny with that stuff. When it's not doesn't play out quite the way you'd expect. But you know, baseball still for vintage is the big thing. For modern, I guess basketball is the number one thing. But
you're going to hang with us for a few more minutes. It's time for our segment On Deck with Rico right now, brought to you by our good friend Brian Dwyer and the great staff at RE8 Auctions. Don't forget to get your bid in by going to collectrea.com. That's Robert Edward Auctions for extraordinary results and extraordinary service. This week's question, an old college friend of mine, Tony Palmenteri. Rico, when you manage at the AAA level, this is a great question. Mm-hmm. Did you have direct managing instructions from the Red Sox? Like, in other words, who to play, how long to play them, or could you kind of follow your own template?
Yeah, no. Once in a while, they would tell you that these are prospects, only for the prospects, right? Say it was a pitcher. How many curveballs to throw? Have him throw more curveballs. Have him throw more changeups to work on this, right? Hitters, not too much, but they might mention, give him a rest once in a while.
If a guy was slumping they sent him down.
Yeah.
Like, how would you handle that?
Well, Mo Vaughn came down that year, and you talk to them and say, okay, you want to get back? Let's go. We got to go to work here. So we extra batting practice, fielding, whatever it is, and they got to work to get back. And of course, you have to perform. I mean, you got to do stuff in the game, some good stuff to get back, or even to make it. So,
who was the kid you had the most hope for that disappointed you the most?
Wow, there was.
A great question, Lou.
Yeah, I can't. It'd be nice if I can remember the name. There's a catcher. He was actually he left us. Don Zimmer took him. I think Zimmer was in Colorado or somewhere, or the catcher went to Colorado. Boy, he looked like it was going to be a good one. He
just never made it.
Never made it. Then he got hurt. But there were a few other kids too that had talent. But
what's the biggest hurdle with the kids? Is it maturity? Is it
Steve? Jump in here, by the way.
Yeah, maturity and. Something inside, fear maybe, sometimes fear of failure, fear of being successful. So try to get it out of them.
So this kid, who's the first baseman, Lou, Enrico?
That's
no, the kid that flourished at the AAA level, the guy that Casas took his place, the other big tall guy. What was his name? Do you remember? You know who I'm talking about?
Begins with a D.
Yeah. What's his name?
Oh yeah.
So
he went to a couple of other teams.
He went.
Dahlbeck.
He went down to the AAA a couple of times, and he did well. Come back up to the major leagues, and he collapsed.
Yeah, and then he went to a couple of other teams.
So is that a head thing?
Problems. Could be. It could be. It just could be. He's got a in his swing, he's got a spot there that. Just can't make the contact. It's hard to say.
Yeah, in the minors, Rico, pitchers don't scheme hitters. They just throw what they have to do, the work they have to do, and throw what they want to throw. But in the majors, you find a hole on a hitter and they just attack it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Willie Wilson, when Kansas City was in the World Series, this is years ago, they pitched him inside, and he hit like 100 for the series. Incredible. The season comes and they try that. They either miss or he hits it. He hits 300 again. So it's an adjustment.
Wow.
If you're able to do that, guys like Rose and the guys we're talking about who just did not have a hole. You could not throw it. No weakness.
Big one for me is always the platoon side of it. And the guy who conquered the platoon side more than anybody I can remember was Anthony Rizzo. Could not hit left-handed pitching in the Red Sox organization.
Yeah.
Ended up being a very good hitter against left-handers.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like you mentioned this the other day when we were talking, that a rookie can come up, kill it, absolutely kill it for the first half of the season. Then they figure him out. and then it's up to him to adjust, because now they start hitting him where he's got his weak spots.
They're going to try everything. Why not? I mean, if you're hitting pitches on the outside corner, a guy goes to right field, they're going to start busting you in. Okay, so and they'll tease you outside. They'll throw a ball off the plate if they have good control, but you're going to have to adjust.
Right.
Anthony, we talked about him
right.
for the Red Sox, of course, with the Red Sox. And now he played a half a season, got hurt. Now they're making him out to be almost a Hall of Famer. Leave the kid alone.
Good point.
Take the pressure off him. He's going to make up for what Devers did, and he's going to hit come on, will you? Now he's going to adjust. It's
his turn to adjust.
They're going to try something. They'll try different stuff with it.
All right, listen, we got a couple of minutes left. Lou, how about our guys at Finkelmeyer Insurance? And then we'll close it up with Steve. I want to get all the basics of the auction again, Steve, before we let you go.
Okay, sure.
Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency has been insuring collectibles since
Can you read it with a little emotion, like you need to get insured?
Finkelmeyer Insurance. They've been insuring collectibles since the early 80s. The late Tom Finkelmeyer wrote the original sports memorabilia insurance policy.
There we go.
When no one else in the industry was insuring collectibles. A lifelong collector of sports cards, Tom Sr. instilled the love of collecting in Tom Jr., the current president of Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency. And Tom, with 3 decades of insurance experience, has paired that expertise with 50 years of collecting. He has a litany of professional designations, including counseling and risk management. He covers every aspect of your collectibles insurance needs. Unlike some of the companies that sell collectibles insurance directly to the consumer online, that's not Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency. No, they're the only independent retail agent who specialize in sports memorabilia and collectibles nationwide.
Don't interrupt.
Representing all major companies, every single one of those major companies, they sell collectibles insurance. There's no agency that insures more collectors, dealers, appraisers, auctioneers, or events in the collectibles hobby than Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency. Our good friend and hobby legend, John Tobby of JT Sports, has been using Finkelmeyer Insurance for over 20 years. Imagine that, over 20 years. For more information, go to thefia.com. That's Finkelmeyer Insurance, where collecting is our passion.
Excellent. Excellent.
You got a lot of nerve.
What?
Well, you're monotone too sometimes.
I know I am.
Not
I
all the
understand
time.
that.
Not all the time.
We should have had Verkman read it.
Yeah. Oh, Lou does a good job. He makes it. This is the way it is.
All right, Steve.
You realize, Rico, none of these reads are what we're putting in the format. They all get moved around.
Right? Yeah. He surprised me too.
Good point.
Now
I did forget to mention
Steve, we
that.
just joke around. We love each other.
Hey, Steve, let's give the auction again. It ends when?
It ends Wednesday, February 11th, Wednesday after the Super Bowl. Initial bids have to be in by 8 o'clock Eastern time. The way we end the auction, it's a lot by lot ending starting at 12:30 Eastern. A 15-minute rule starting at 12:30 Eastern. So if there's no bid between 12:30 and 12:45 a.m. Eastern time, you win the lot. The auctions don't go all night. We have incentives so people don't go bidding all night. So you got a good shot at what you have. As always in a clean sweep auction, you're not bidding against the consignor. You're not bidding against the auction house. The bid is the bid. The price is the price. If it's a great deal, if it's a record price, it's a record price. But the auction is the auction. It's a true auction.
And you gotta all be sober by Wednesday, huh?
And don't forget that Mr. Verkman, I'm saying this publicly, has committed to 2 of the 2 most iconic items that have ever gone through the hands of clean sweep auctions for our book, Legendary Finds in Sports Collectibles Treasures. 2 iconic items that have gone through his hands. And by the way, I don't know if you know this, and I know that you and I had talked about it, is that Leighton Sheldon, who is co-writing the book with us, had a nice chat yesterday with Mike Hefner, and Mike is giving us some great items from Leland's, the Leland side of it, for when Mike was with Josh Evans before Steve got there. I mean, how many years was Mike there for?
Forever, like 25.
Right? I mean, 1,000 years. So, I mean, he's going to give us a couple that have gone through the hands of Leland. So we're going to cover it all, Leland's and clean sweep. With that being said, Steve, we love you. We're loving you. Come on, man. Great. You bring a lot to the table.
Not
One of the most knowledgeable guys in the hobby. There's really nothing you can't talk about except Pokemon.
I learned a lot.
But other than that, you're pretty damn good.
Or Drake May. So.
Oh, Drake.
Not much about Drake May. Sorry. I wish I did, but I'm going to learn more on Sunday.
There you go. With that being said, Rick.
Yeah. Hey.
Nice seeing you again.
Nice being seen.
We've had. I've been actually seeing a lot of him this week. You're kind of wearing.
I want to take you fishing because
you take me out to lunch.
Crying all the time. When are we fishing?
Louis, I have not fished yet.
Yeah.
Oh, teach him how to tie a lure.
I will. I'm going to do that. With that being said, Steve, thanks for coming on. Lee, thanks for being there. Louis, have a great week. And to our viewers and listeners,
Patriots.
Go Pats. Happy collecting.